Hello everybody, it's Glenn Leader here with the first introductory video to the mobile community control system. Now first I would like to congratulate you on your extremely good investment in our system. If you work at this, it's not very much hard work, but if you work at this I know you're going to be very successful at what you do. I should mention that before I go any further that the mobile community control is a rebranded version of my original system, the local mobile vertical niche directory system, so you'll see me refer to that numerous times throughout the course of the following videos. I will of course be re-recording all the videos very soon anyway, to actually add more information, make it more usable for you. So why do we want a mobile community control system? Well, basically when I first developed the idea, I wanted an easy and simple system that allowed me to get my foot in the door of local businesses so that at least they're communicating with me. And the other thing that I wanted out of my system would be that it is scalable. In other words, you're not just stuck with a small area, small number of niches. You can have any number of niches in any area. So if I decide I'm going to move from East London back to closer to where my family are in Kent in the UK, then I could easily rebuild according to the area and the local niches that are available to me there. Now I wanted to do this because I wanted to break down the barriers between myself and businesses. I wanted them to completely open the rest of the door for me. I've got my foot in the door. I want them to then open the doors to me and then welcome me inside with open arms. And how I'll do this is by building a property, an internet property that's got a high perceived value, something that businesses can really relate to, and we're going to be giving this to people free of charge. And I might surprise you that we're actually offering something of great value for free of charge, but it really does make a difference. So before we go any further, let me show you what a vertical niche directory is, or a mobile community control directory is. So just bear with me while I get that screen up on the screen for you. Okay, here we have the New York City directory. Now I live in East London, so I've probably got a lot of this information wrong. If you live in New York, you may well find that I've actually included areas in the individual niches that are not exactly in New York City. They might be on the outskirts or what have you. So if you are an expert in New York City, I do apologise, but I don't live locally, therefore I don't know how the boroughs work over there. But as you can see here, we have several categories. We have, oops, sorry about that, don't know why it went back to that page, but hey ho, right. So we have several categories. We've got car rental in New York, car repair in New York, and in the following videos I'll show you how I added car repair New York as part of the directory. New York dentist, florist New York, locksmith in New York, a restaurant in New York, and of course you can have as many niches as you want. You can also have sub niches. So here where I've got restaurant, I've got a variety of sub restaurants, sub niches as well. Specific steak restaurants and seafood restaurants and pizza restaurants, burger restaurants, etc. And there's nothing to prevent you from doing that as well. And if we was to actually drill down into the restaurant in New York, for example, it then brings up another page with all these categories again. Now the reason you want to do that is that restaurant in New York is a great keyword. We stand a very good chance of ranking this within Google, and therefore a good chance of renting out this top part of the page to a local business. So we're in this directory anyway, so why not let's look at this a wee bit further. So now I'm going to drill down into for some reason it keeps going back to that. I do apologise everybody, I think I'm going to close that window down. So let's drill further down into Indian restaurant New York. Again, this is the optimal keyword for this type of restaurant, and in the keyword research videos you'll see exactly how I achieved that. So I'm going to drill down now, and you will see a list of Indian restaurants Very simple list, just the business name, their address and their telephone number. And on their business name it's linked to another site. You'll see what that site is in a minute. The other thing I've done is, as you can see now, we've got some interesting information. Did you know that an average of 219 search for Indian restaurant New York each month? Click here now to learn how to rent this space before your competitor does. Now obviously you can have any phraseology you want there. Don't have to use my phrasing, but that is a great way of actually selling this individual page for this keyword, Indian restaurant New York. And I'll show you how to do that in a later video. Also what happens when you click on this link and what people expect to see. That is all explained. So let me just take this Tamarind Tribeca, I think that's how it's pronounced, Tamarind Tribeca. Click on the link and it then takes us to the Tamarind Tribeca mobile site. This is the site that the system creates as well as the directory. So if we was then to say click on our services, you'll see that the information is embedded within the text. So Trimarand, sorry about this folks, Tribeca services. Now obviously this text was written originally for locksmiths. Maybe what I should have done was showing you the locksmith example, but obviously you'll add your own sort of text there, but you'd encourage your clients to actually give you additional text for a small fee, of course. But you can see there the system automatically adds the business details to the text as well. So it's there, I don't think it's anywhere else on it, it's down here. Of course it's in the title then. If I was to minimise this screen a wee bit, I drag that down, you can see that the details are actually there in the title and the appropriate keywords in the keyword area of the meta tags as well. Okay, so let's go back, look at your privacy for example, and again you'll see that the company's name is embedded within the text. I'm just looking here. There you go, it's embedded within the text there. So that's what this system is going to do for you. So this particular website doesn't look that attractive, wasn't designed to look attractive, it was designed to actually get business owners to want to make changes, they want to have their banner at the top of each page, and of course you charge for that, but the basic listing you let them have free of charge. And of course things like click to call, it'll actually go through. If you see in the bottom left hand corner of the screen where you've got the actual telephone number, take that off, you can see that. Okay, so that's the first kind of directory, and this kind of directory is for, just get rid of that thing at the top, just off the screen, go back to the directory front end. This kind of directory is for New York City, and obviously you've got numerous niches within there, and this isn't exhaustive, this list, there are dozens of others that you can have. An alternative way of doing that would be to have New York City broken down into boroughs. So the first list you'll see would be for Queens, and then the Bronx, and then Manhattan. That's as far as I know about New York, so I apologise if you're a New Yorker, but I'm sure you get the gist. You asked me about London, I can rattle off a load of boroughs. So that's that kind of directory. Another kind of directory is where you're specialising. Oops, let's just go back to the front end there. You would have seen this in the main WSO thread or the sales thread after this is becoming a WSO. This is about UK locksmiths. You can probably tell from my accent I'm from England. Born and bred in northwest Kent in the Alperton area, but lived the last 30 odd years in East London, so I've got a mixture of accents. But you can see here now what I've done is I've got a list of cities and having their details. I'll drill down into one in a moment for UK locksmiths. Now ignore this graphic up the top for the time being, it doesn't look that attractive right now. That's because it's designed to be stretched across the mobile screen. If I was to just shrink the size down, you can see now by shrinking it down it looks a lot more attractive, and if you've visited this demo on your mobile phone you'll see exactly what it should look like and you'll enjoy that. So I will click on any particular city. Let's do Newcastle upon Tyne, or if you're a native of Newcastle, it's Newcastle upon Tyne. So I'm going to click down there, and you'll see again listings of businesses. So let me just click on the CC Locksmith, and you'll see there are much more attractive mobile optimized website. Let me just minimize it down so you can see what it looks a bit more like on the mobile phone. Again, the banner, the click to call area with their number displayed. There's the business name. If we go to the about page, you can see all the information there. The details embedded within the text, and as I mentioned earlier, this text that I use, the default text, is for locksmiths, and I'm going to leave that intact in the bonus template, so it'll allow you then to give you some ideas about how to modify this text to meet your needs. Again, you can see there, CC Locksmith, telephone number embedded and clickable, so somebody's got this on their mobile phone, wants to click on the button or press it if they've got it on the screen, or move their cursor around if they don't have a touch screen. Let's just drag this up a wee bit. So yeah, and there's a few icons down there, but they're not linked to anything. But again, when you speak to businesses, you can talk to them about having Facebook and be in LinkedIn, having a Twitter account, and marketing their business on YouTube. All this information is already there, so they will no doubt ask about that, and then you can then use that to sell further services to them. So this is on the about page. Look at the services page. Again, the important information at the top, click to call, business details embedded, their telephone number which is clickable, and the contact details. There you go, just ordinary contact details above there. You could, for a small fee, add a map there. You can add that as a residual fee if you wanted to, say $5 a month or something, or $10 a month. And if you've got a large directory, you'll be surprised how quickly that adds up. It's a pittance for these companies because they generally get their websites and their web activities paid for by the tax man. They submit this as part of their marketing plan. This is part of their expenses for running their business, and they get a tax break for that. So there you go. That is what we want to achieve in this video, in this system. A series of niche directories that will allow you to get your foothold in the local business, so you can then start selling them more services. Okay, so thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you found it interesting and informative. If you've got any questions at all, please feel free to ask me any questions. This is Glenn Leader signing off.